We're a small community, but we live like a large community. We're diverse with our ag industry, our mechanical industry. We got a lot of local eateries and local boutique shops, and people like to just come and spend the day to shop. Cullman was settled many years ago by Germans, and so we have decided to embrace our heritage. We do 3 main events per year that have German roots, and the one we're doing right now, currently is the Christkindl market, and those are very, very big in Germany. So we started out small, and it's grown to the point this year, to this day, we're about 230,000 visitors across the street at the market. We'll get close to 300,000. It exposes our town, exposes people a lot of times to Alabama. That we have people, I think so far we've had 40 states to visit the market. When you are out recruiting for industry per se, one of the first things they'll do a lot of times, they'll send people into your community, you won't even know it. They'll kind of scouting, ahead of time. And if you don't pass muster, you won't even know you didn't get considered, and quality of life plays a huge part in these larger companies wanting to locate here, because they want their employees, their team members, to have a good place to live, to have things to do, to enjoy, being in the community. Grants have been a good thing for Cullman. We've been able to use several different kind of grants. If you go around the market across the street, you'll see grants that helped revitalize sidewalks to get them up to ADA, compliance. And we've been able to help industry. We've been able to help water and sewer, and all those grants flow through ADECA. We have automotive type industries here in town, and one of the first large ones we had after Mercedes was brought to Alabama was a supplier of the bumpers, and it's a Rahal, and it's a German company, family owned. And then we have Topre, that's a Japanese company, and they're what they call a stamper. They do, and they both started out. They thought, man, we're not going to be that big. We're going to open in Cullman, and both companies has grown to be, huge here. Topre, this is their North American headquarters now. They have businesses, in Mexico, and I think even in Canada, but they run it right here in Cullman, Alabama. And then Rahal, they started out and they said, well, we'll never be more than 50,000 square feet in Cullman. And now, I think they're close to 1 million. They employ a lot of people. They pay above, the average wage, and they treat their people right. Rahal, one of the things they do is they paint. They paint automobile parts. So they were working on a new type of paint line, and it was a challenging project because they had to keep the existing paint line running, and they had to build a new paint line to where sometimes they intersected. And we were able to get 2 different grants and redo that entire road. Topre is located on Highway 222. Almost all of that road is in Cullman County, but there's a portion of it that's in the city of Cullman. There's another industry right beside it, and they do heavy things, and the road was not built to that standard back in the day. We talked about what needed to be done to bring it up to a higher standard to accommodate those large trucks, and we were able to work and get the grants, and it's a completed project now, and everything's running smooth down there. Anytime that a community invests money, back into their community, it's nice when you can get a grant. One of those road projects that we talked about earlier, we partnered with the county on those because part of that was in the county, part of it was in the city, and we did some of the work, self-performed some of the work. So either party really had to come a whole lot out of pocket. With the help of being able to combine those 2 grants, that project was able to happen before the road deteriorated to the point it was going to cost a lot of money.